No filming.
The operation is shut up.
Was there a release for something in this case already? So I'm not seeing him on any of this. Oh my gosh, okay. It's okay. There's a clearly not.
It's okay. I need to correct myself. So he also does, qualify for, court appointed counsel, but he does need to, pay $381 for a court appointed attorney, which I will make due by October 12th. Still don't, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Mr. Pont is going to receive the charging instrument. He's to remain by the charging instrument. He reserves rights are read to the record this morning. I'll wait for the reading of those rights and waive reading of the charging instrument. He's entering a plea of not guilty. John Starr remains a good appointment. He's requesting a morning call date.
He's at OR.
Judge, we're asking, for a few conditions on release. We're asking that he have no contact, direct or indirect, with Russell Schultz, Mackenzie Lewis, Matthew Cooper, Ian Kramer, and that he have no participation or attendance in any unpermitted demonstrations or protests in Multnomah County.
And, we're accepting both of the positions of those conditions. I don't see any co-defendants listed on this or any victims, or wait, for reckless endangerment. I don't see a victim listed. It sounds like the people that were named are friends of Mr. Ponce, and furthermore, prohibiting him from engaging in free speech, I think is inadmissible.
I believe that both of the requests are, probably not things that we can completely address in JC3, particularly, given that there are not currently indicted co-defendants. What I will do is I will say, no participation in unpermitted protests. But I am happy to have another judge revisit that if it's properly briefed by the parties. Okay.
And Your Honor, the last additional piece is just that Mr. Pont has expressed to me that it would be a hardship for him to pay the $300 within 30 days. Is it possible to allow for an extension on that?
I did 45 days. Do you need more than 45 days? I will give you 60. So October 27th, I'm changing the order.
asking for the attorney.
Alright, Mr. Zamora, I will also appoint counsel. So what are they're saying they recommend
Only the
381 if it's a
Only
bid?
the 20.
Oh, only the 20 this time. So, I'm gonna order you to pay $20. Can you pay that today? Okay. I will give you 2 weeks to come up with that money, so, well, I'll give you 20 days. I'll give you till September 7th. Did you say Jason C's? Yes.
Mr. S'mores is gonna see the charging instrument, he's truly named on the charging instrument, he reserves rights or read to record this morning, waits for the reading of those rights, and to review the charging instrument. He's entering a plea of not guilty, his attorney's gonna be Jason Steen, and, he is requesting another arraignment date.
Next court appearance, September 11th, 210, back here, JC 3.
Is the state making a similar request?
Piece of shit.
How y'all doing? I just got up. I wanted to bring up the fact, wanted to talk about Chris Ponte's arraignment. Okay, they arraigned Chris Ponte, and then right after they arraigned Chris Ponte, they arraigned Anthony. I can't pronounce his last name. Which was Antifa, and I got both those arraignments on video. What's interesting is that they gave Chris a whole bunch of restrictions. He cannot participate in demonstrations or protests unless they're permitted protests. The problem is that Portland doesn't give out permits for protests unless you're going to block streets. Interesting. And most of the conservatives, Proud Boys, Portland Liberation, Patriots of Prayer, they don't block streets. So he's prohibited from going to all their events because none of them have permits because they don't block streets. Okay, on the left, they very seldom if ever get permits, except for like major events like the Women's March and stuff like that. So Chris is basically blocked from going to any event or protest or demonstration. Where the Antifa guy, Anthony, that restriction they just happen to leave off, so he can he can go to any demonstration he wants to go to. Okay. 2, they made a bunch of restrictions as to who Chris cannot see, be around, hang out, and stuff like that. He has to stay away from several people. I noticed the ANTIFA guy never got any of those restrictions. He can, he can go to demonstrations, and if Russell Schultz is there, he can stay. Chris got to leave. So yeah, I wanted to bring that up, and yeah, I was the one that said unconstitutional because you have a right to protest. Okay, and they're trying to take that away from Chris. Chris, the way the government looks at it is that if we can stop these people, patriots, from protesting, then the violence will be over with. Hey, that sounds great. That's absolutely retarded. In fact, that's beyond retarded. That's retarded plus retarded. Because if you look at it this way, during the Trump protests, with 5 days of rioting in the city of Portland, there was no Patriot of Prayer. There was no Proud Boys. There was no Portland Liberation. Who was rioting? Antifa. Okay, 3 years ago, all Portland Patriots of Prayer came into the scene. Okay, what was nice was now we got some. Now we, as a city of Portland, and the mayor's office, got someone to blame. Hey, look, all this violence, that's because of Patriot of Prayer. What happened before Patriot of Prayer? We have to figure out some way to do this so that our Antifa little buddies can get away with doing criminal activity, and we can blame someone else. See, that's the political blame game. You do something, or I do something, and then I blame you for doing what I did. Okay, and so what's happening now is they're sitting there going, well, we got to do some restrictions now. We got to make sure our jail's full. So we got to deny these people their constitutional rights and lock them up when they do stuff. So I want you to think about that, and think about the Constitution that says that you're allowed to assemble. Okay, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. You have a right to hang out with your friends. That's constitutionally protected. You have a right to go to protests. You have a right to protest. That's constitutionally protected. So, like I said, I want you guys to think about this and watch our rights being stomped on by fascist boots like Ted Wheeler and the Multnomah County court system. And when you kiss the ass of the police, remember, they're the ones helping the courts take your fucking rights. Take your rights back and say, hey, we're not going to stand for this. This is bull. We want these people out of office. We want fair people in. This is Bob signing off.